Hello everyone, welcome to Intermediate Accounting Online this fall. We're so glad that you've joined us and grateful that you're ready to join the learning adventure that is Intermediate Accounting. So this video is to help you be comfortable and familiar with the way the course is outlined and how we're going to go about learning the material this semester, specifically using this course website. So this is entirely online class. There is no scheduled class meeting times, that sort of thing. So we will do all of our work in this course shell, or for the most part, turn everything in this way. So just so you know how things are laid out, across the top are all the most important links to the various parts of the course, including the content, discussions, Dropbox, which is how we turn in homework and tests, track your grades and your progress, send email, and resources such as help with technology, this particular Brightspace, library resources. All of those are available there. While we do have accounting tutors, they are not set up very well to help with this particular course. But if you need that extra help, please let me know, and we will find those tutors who are prepared to help with this intermediate course. So this course builds on what you've learned about financial accounting. It takes on the more complicated, complex topics, basically the same way as you did in either Accounting 101 or Accounting 150 and 151, whichever sequence you took previously, or if you took it at another institution or you took it there. So we're going to assume that you've already covered and understand assets, liabilities, stockholders' equity, the financial statements, that sort of thing. And we're going to go into greater depth on each of those topics you learned in those earlier accounting classes. So, a little more about this course, way it's set up. Right here in the middle is what referred to as the news feed. I will update it each week with what's happening, any changes that need to happen to the schedule, that sort of thing. Go on here, so you want to check that regularly. My ugly mug, my email address, my, more importantly, online Zoom contact. So our student office hours will be done on Zoom. I will be available from 11:30 to 12:30, Tuesday, Thursday, and 8 to 9 on Thursday evening. That you can just assume that at this link, this hack Zoom link, where I will be, and you don't have to have an appointment or anything like that. But if you need times other than those, then if you'll let me know, we'll set it up, and we will still use this link to discuss that. So that will still be important. So it's there, available for you at any time. Obviously, we are not on campus in this fall, so my office and office phone are not very helpful as we go into this semester. Content browser here below, and then the calendar telling us what things are due as they come up. So that's how things are organized on this main page. Now if we go to the content, we'll see that each week is a module, okay, with the first module being the syllabus and introduction to class. There will be, this is where you will want to review the syllabus. So let's jump into that document as it would come up on your in the course site. You can see the basic information as usual about the course. It's catalog description, prerequisite. Note first, we do not have a textbook for this course. I have provided in the course site many resources, including my own explanations, documents explaining. So I've given you written ones, I've given you video explanations of the topics, giving examples of the things we need to learn, but there is not a textbook. That may lead to additional questions and things that I would be more than happy to answer. There will be a discussion board in each week or each topic as we go through this for you to ask questions if there is anything that is unclear. So the idea would be for you to review the materials I've provided, review my videos, and then there will always be some practice with answers provided, meaning my explanation of what you should have done, or at least as I view it. And there's always room for more than one correct answer on much of this. And then there is the homework, okay, for that module. So you've got examples in the explanations, you've got the practice problems, and then you can do the homework, that sort of thing. When you do the homework, all right, you will post it, put it back in the Dropbox. So the Dropbox will have specific instructions. Usually I will provide you with the problems. Obviously we don't have a textbook to refer to. What you need to complete for homework, you put it in the Dropbox, and then you'll be able to see my video explanation of the answers so that you can make any corrections, any updates in a different color, in a highlighted way, so that it will be easy for you to study from. It will be the basis for your tests that you're going to complete, is to have that homework completed and then corrected in a way that is very clear what reason why you made the corrections and so forth. That's how we're going to learn, by making mistakes and by correcting those mistakes and learning from them. All right, so our learning outcomes are here, our expectations. The tests in this course will be take home. They will be problem-oriented, written responses. There will be no multiple choice, no true false, not a fill in the blank. They will be much more involved problems than that, and you will have the test provided with all the problems. You'll complete it showing all your work and then re-upload it into the Dropbox. You'll have a week to work on it away from class, and then I will grade it. Okay. Discussion postings on almost every module. There will be a discussion that will help further our understanding, give a practical real-world application to something we're learning, so that we can respond and work through the answers. The idea of a discussion is that there are many responses, and that you can then respond or correct your response based on other people's response. You won't be able to see everybody else's response until you post. So it will not be such that you can just go in and look what they're doing and copy it, but rather as soon as you do put something, you start the discussion, start talking about it, then you can go back and update or review or work from theirs, add to or subtract from your response based on what you're seeing in other people's responses. Every discussion will require at least, for full credit, 2 posts, a original post and a follow-up post, okay? And both of them need to be full sentences. They need to be fully explained so that someone can understand what you're referring to, okay? And not just 1 or 2 word answers, say good job or something like that. Okay? They, of course, should be respectful and courteous, even if you disagree, or maybe even especially if you disagree. Okay? We will start working early in the class, within the first 3 or 4 weeks, on a cumulative, you might say a cumulative project having to do with the annual report for GAAP. You will be able to access the financial statements or the annual report for GAAP, and there at the end of this syllabus are a series of questions. We will work on this as a group, meaning each group will turn in one set of responses to these questions. They will require a full sentence at least response to every question unless there is a reason not to, and then there will be an explanation as to what that reason is. Okay? And you may set up a Google Doc if you choose so that everybody can contribute, or you may work out it different ways. I will provide you with a discussion group for you to communicate one with another, but you can communicate elsewhere, other ways. The advantage of doing it in the discussion group is I can see your questions and answers, and if you get off on things, I can nudge you back to the right answers. We hopefully will get started, and you'll work on it throughout the class time, with the final due date being right towards the end of class. You do not want to wait till the very end to try to do it all. You want to work on it as we go along, because the topics in this project will mirror the things we're learning in class. Okay, we talked a little bit about homework. Each homework assignment is worth at least 20 points. Remember, you get to make corrections. If you fully correct it, then you can get the same score, the same full points as you would if you did it perfectly the first time. Here's our activities and calendar. This will also be noted on the course site, as I mentioned. Our grading system, makeup policy. Please let me know if you're going to not meet deadlines. The sooner we talk about it and I know what the situation is, the better we can deal with those situations. Okay. Our attendance policy, and if you need accommodations of any sort. Academic dishonesty, please do your own work, especially on the tests. You can certainly talk to each other about homework assignments, that sort of thing. We're going to go over those, each one of those with answers anyway. You have a video for that. But for the test, that should be your own work. You may find versions of those test questions that have been posted online that may have answers. Generally, they will be incorrect answers, even though they are posted on some of the you might call study sites like Chegg. I've seen it in other places. Leave those alone. Just do the work. Ask me if you have questions, and you'll be much better off. If I see that there have been copying from other answer sources, then we will have a discussion about that and what needs to happen to change that behavior going forward. Here's the questions for the annual report project. You see there's quite a lot of them. And then there will be, that completes our syllabus. So, going back to our content, let's look at our first module just to get a sense of how it's set out. There's always an intro part, description. There is our reading as I described, and explanation, podcasts, PowerPoint slides, videos, documents, all which explain the material. For instance, in this first module, it's having to do with general accounting principles. Then there will be the discussion. Okay, in this case, you're going to post about finding a certain thing in the codification after watching the video about how to use the codification, which is the repository for all accounting rules issued by the FASB. Then there will be some practice, and in this case, this first module, there are 2 practices. There's the problem. You can work it through yourself, and then look at my interpretation, my explanation. Here's another example you can look at, and then watch my interpretation. Now, of course, you can go right to the interpretation and skip that part, but I tell you, one of the best ways to learn this kind of material is to practice, make mistakes, and then see where those mistakes are by reviewing it. Okay, and then there is the homework. The assignment will be in the Dropbox, and then the review that will be available when you have posted your answers. That will be a video format. So that's how we're going to work through this class. We're looking forward to working together, learning some really good stuff, and being able to apply it to some real life situations. Thank you.